So you thought Jinu was the villain of K-pop Demon Hunters? Oh, that is adorable. What if I told you the entire Demon Boy band plot wasn't Jinu's brilliant idea, but his most humiliating punishment? His entire story, from his deal to his final sacrifice, is one massive con job, and we're about to expose the whole tragic truth. The original sin. Before the Saja Boys, before the leather pants, and the supernatural charm, there was just a man. 400 years ago, Jinu was not a demon. He was a starving artist. The movie gives us the highlight reel, but let's really unpack the tragedy. His family was not just poor. They were described as extremely miserable and starving. He was a brilliant musician, pouring his soul into his geomungo, a traditional Korean zither, busking on the streets, and it got him nowhere. This is the bedrock of his character. It's not just poverty, it's the shame of failure. It's the shame of being gifted but unable to provide for the people you love, and that shame is exactly what the Demon King Gwi-ma feeds on. Gwi-ma didn't just show up and offer him a record deal. He offered him a solution, a Faustian bargain. Gwi-ma whispers that Jinu can't do anything for his family, but he, Gwi-ma, can help. The deal was struck, and just like that, Jinu's fate changed seemingly overnight. His family was happy, their bellies were full, their clothes were clean, he was praised for his voice, the very thing that couldn't save them before. He got everything he ever wanted, and then the demonic pattern started to spread, the visual receipt for his soul. He wasn't a star, he was property. He was condemned to the demon world, a prisoner of Gwi-ma for all eternity. The 400-year prison. This is the part the movie glosses over, but it is the single most important piece of Jinu's puzzle. He has been a prisoner for 400 years. His existence is tormenting. He's Gwi-ma's puppet, constantly haunted by the Demon King's voice in his head. He's forced to live with the agonizing shame of his original sin, the belief that he had betrayed his family, that he had left them behind, even though he did it for them. Gwi-ma didn't just lock him up, he put him to work. For centuries, Jinu's job has been to use his own story to find other desperate, shame-filled souls and bring them to Gwi-ma. He's a supernatural A&R rep, and his commission is paid in misery. This context makes the Demon Boy band plan so much darker. This wasn't some brilliant new idea Jinu cooked up. This was just his job. He was just repeating the cycle, creating a new product for Gwi-ma to sell. His mission was to go after the fans, the very thing that powers the Hunmun, the barrier between worlds. He wasn't trying to win. He was just clocking in for another century at a job he despised. He's the ultimate hopeless case. He's tried to escape before. He's tried to find a way out, but after 400 years, he has accepted his fate. He's a demon, and as he puts it, all demons get to do is live with their pain. The reluctant band leader. So after 4 centuries of being Gwi-ma's top prisoner and soul scout, Jinu gets his most humiliating assignment yet. The Demon King, in a moment of what I can only assume was pure chaotic evil, decides on a new marketing strategy, a demon boy band. You have to imagine Jinu's reaction to this. He's this ancient traditional musician, a master of the geomungo, and now he's being forced to lead a K-pop group. This isn't just a job, it's a profound insult to the very art he sacrificed his soul for. This band isn't a team, it's a chain gang. He's not their leader, he's their warden. His mission, given directly by Gwi-ma, was to go after the fans, the very thing that powers the Hunmun. It's a purely tactical move. He's not trying to create music, he's trying to weaponize it. This explains why he seems so over it. He's just a 400-year-old man trapped in an idol's body, forced to perform for his demonic CEO. When they first confront Huntrix, he's not driven by rivalry, he's driven by obligation. He tells them that they are going to have to fight them for the fans. That's not a threat, it's a statement of fact from a guy who is just so tired. This isn't his passion project, it's just the latest task in his miserable life. And the other Saja Boys are just co-workers in his eternal supernatural prison. This whole charade is just another layer of his personal hell, which is precisely why he's so desperate for Gwi-ma's promise to erase his memories. He doesn't just want to forget his original sin, he probably wants to forget this entire comeback tour. The game-changing anomaly. For 4 centuries, Jinu's life has been this monotonous, agonizing loop of shame and servitude. And then, he meets Rumi. This is the moment his entire world breaks. When the Saja Boys confront Huntrix backstage, he's just going through the motions. He's the smug villain, the rival, but then he looks at Rumi and he sees it, the marks. He recognizes her as a hunter who is part demon. This shouldn't be possible. This girl has his shame, his curse, but she's walking around free in the human world. She's a hunter, the very thing he's supposed to destroy. It's an existential crisis. Gwi-ma sees her as a flaw, a weakness, a tool he can use to destroy the hunters for good. But Jinu sees a mirror. He sees himself before the fall. Their first real conversation is everything. He finds her alone, and he's not just there to be the bad guy. He's testing her. He mocks her pants, calling out the teddy bears, and choo-choo trains on them, a childish pattern that clashes with the darkness he knows is inside her. He's poking the bear, and then he drops the bomb. He tells her he knows what her marks feel like. He calls them a constant reminder of his shame, and then points right at her, saying that hers are a reminder too. This is the most vulnerable he has ever been. He's basically screaming, asking if she is like him, if she is trapped too. And what does Rumi do? She rejects him hard. She insists that she is nothing like him. For Jinu, this is devastating. It confirms his deepest fear, that he is in fact alone, that she can choose to be a hunter, not a demon, but he is just a demon. This is the moment he snaps back into his prisoner mindset. If he can't be saved and she won't admit she's like him, then he'll just follow Gwi-ma's plan. The hopeless gambit. Jinu is now on a collision course with fate. He's caught between his 400-year-old prison and this one in a billion anomaly who just walked into his life. His only goal, the one thing he's been working toward for Gwi-ma, is to get his memories erased. That's his escape plan. Not freedom, just oblivion. He tells Rumi this is what he's fighting for. But Rumi, in her infinite and naive optimism, offers him something he hasn't had in centuries. Hope. She proposes a new deal, a real deal. Forget Gwi-ma, forget the memory wipe. She tells him to help them win the Idol Awards. If Huntrix wins, the Hunman will be sealed permanently, Gwi-ma will be cut off, and Jinu could finally be free from those voices forever. This is the first time anyone has offered him a path to actual freedom, and he's terrified of it. This brings us to their date, which is not a date, it's the most high-stakes, emotionally stunted business meeting in history. He's prickly, she's impatient. This is where we see the real broken man under the K-pop gloss. A street vendor tries to sell him a bracelet for his purported beautiful girlfriend. Jinu's reaction is instant and violent. He snaps back that she is not even his type. Rumi naturally is offended, retorting that she is everyone's type. This isn't just a funny, witty exchange. This is the whole movie in a nutshell. Rumi thinks he's insulting her. She has no idea he's insulting himself. He's not saying she's not good enough for him. He's saying he is not good enough for her. He's a 400-year-old monster. He can't accept a simple gift, let alone a relationship. He looks at Rumi, this girl who offered him a lifeline, and he tells the vendor his answer is that it's hopeless and that the choice belongs to her. He's not talking about the bracelet anymore. He's telling Rumi that he is hopeless and that she needs to save herself. The betrayal and the awful truth. Despite his self-loathing, Rumi's hope is infectious. He takes the deal. He agrees to help her, to make sure the Saja Boys lose tomorrow. And for one brief, beautiful second, it works. After he makes the choice to trust her, to betray Gwi-ma, he has a moment of pure shock. He whispers that he doesn't hear his voice. For the first time in 400 years, the radio is silent. Her hope, her music, her plan. It actually worked. He's free, but then Gwi-ma appears and the trap snaps shut. The Demon King mocks him, his voice dripping with venom. He taunts Jinu, saying he thought for a moment Jinu actually believed he could be free. This one line confirms everything. Jinu did believe. His hope was real, and Gwi-ma let him have it for a second, just to make the fall that much more painful. This is where everyone gets Jinu wrong. Cornered, with Gwi-ma holding his leash, Jinu turns to Rumi and says it was all a lie, and that he just needed her to trust him. We, the audience, think he's confessing to Rumi, but he's not. He's talking to Gwi-ma. He's lying about lying. He's a prisoner, caught passing a note, and he's desperately trying to convince the guard that it was all part of the guard's plan. He's falling back on his 400-year-old survival instincts, trying to save his own skin by pretending he was the one setting the trap. He reverts to his self-hate, screaming at Rumi that this is just her demon talking and that all they get to do is live with their pain. He's not trying to hurt her, he's trying to save her. He's pushing her away, trying to break the connection so Gwi-ma loses interest. He's telling her to run. The only escape left. The final battle begins. Gwi-ma is ready to feast. He offers Jinu his original prize, asking if he is ready to forget it all. The hopeless escape, oblivion, is back on the table. Jinu is broken. His plan failed. His hope was a joke. He's right back where he started. He's a demon and he deserves to be forgotten. But then he sees Rumi. She's not running. She's fighting. She's fighting for a world that has treated her like an outcast, for friends who don't understand her, and for him, the man who just betrayed her. And in that instant, Jinu finally understands. He can't win his freedom. He can't erase his past, but he can change the terms of his imprisonment. He makes his final choice. As Gwi-ma's magic is about to consume him, he tells Rumi he is sorry for everything. And then the two lines that change the entire movie. He tells her that she gave him his soul back. She did. In that one moment when Gwi-ma's voice went silent, she proved to him that he wasn't just a demon, he was Jinu. He had a soul. And then he says that now he gives it to her. He channels his very essence, his soul, into her sword. This is not just a sacrifice, it's the ultimate act of defiance. Gwi-ma can't have his soul if he gives it away. He escapes his 400-year-old prison not by forgetting his past, but by entrusting his future to the one person who saw his humanity. Jinu's story isn't a romance. It's a 400-year-long tragedy about a prisoner who finally found his freedom in the last 5 minutes of his life, and now he's a part of Rumi, which makes things for part 2 complicated. What do you think? Is Jinu a hero, a villain, or just the most tragic character in the whole story? Let me know.